The second thing about priesthood is sacrifice. There is no other sacrifice to be made except that one which have been made on the cross. Our sacrifice now is to reckon ourselves as Jesus himself who is on the cross. You cannot sacrifice anything in your life if you have not understood the weight of Jesus' sacrifice. The reason why you cannot leave that thing because of God is because you don't understand what Jesus has done. The finished works of Christ does not give us the legality and the credence to walk in sin and lasciviousness. It's actually a revelation to empower us to walk in the will of God. So when you begin to see the finished work of Christ, then you begin to know how much you can actually live things because of God. You can actually know how much you can detach yourself from this world and follow Jesus. A man who is still entangled to the things of this world are them who have not understood the finished work of Jesus. When you know the finished work of Christ, you find yourself being detached from the world. You are still tied to your fleshy appetite because you don't understand what the cross has done. For God so loved the world that he gave his what? Only begotten son. That is the only thing the Father ever had. He had nothing except Christ, except his son. That is the only thing he has. The reason why you cannot give out that thing out of the many things you have is because you don't know that God gave everything out for man. When you begin to see the weight of Jesus' sacrifice, then you begin to know how much you can give out for God. The level of your revelation of Jesus' sacrifice is the level of how much you can segregate yourself from certain things because of God. And this is where your consecration comes in. This is where your giving comes in. This is where many other things comes in. It's not about the consecration, it's not about the giving. It is a reaction in your heart that is causing you to release those dispositions. And that is why consecration is not a religious exercise. It must be something that is produced from the energy of the Holy Ghost within you. It must come from the portals of revelation, of the knowledge of the finished work. That's why knowledge must come first. So the reason why a man can have in his account and withdraw it and spend it on the kingdom is because the man has seen the cross. He knows how much God can give. In fact, what God gave cannot be measured, cannot be priced. It cannot be priced. It has no measure. So God gave everything. Then why can't I give everything? This is where your sacrifice comes in. You have to reckon yourself dead and bring yourself to the altars of the knowledge that you have prepared. So when you sacrifice yourself, you are reckoning yourself dead. And that is when the third process comes in, which I call service.